Good evening and welcome to the May 5th, 2026 meeting of the East Bridgewater School Committee. I will entertain a motion to open the meeting.
So moved.
A second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Stand for the pledge, please.
Pledging to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Oh, that's right. That's right. We want to thank EBCAM for televising the meeting for anyone at home. Before we get into the formal part of the meeting, we just wanted to have a quick moment of silence. Gina, do you want to give the details around the crossing guard?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. In memory of Paul Hallinan, many of you have known Paul over the years. He's worked for the district for 18 years as a crossing guard. So if you ever dropped off or picked up, you would see Paul's pickup truck outside the school. I refer to him as his feisty, spirited nature that you would often see, but certainly always protective of the safety of the students. So he will be sorely missed, and our thoughts and prayers are with his family.
Yeah. And then last year, Liz Stansel was elected to the school committee and unfortunately unable to serve, and she passed away over the course of the past couple of weeks. So we regret that we didn't get to work for her, but our prayers are with her family. So quick moment of silence, please. Thanks, everyone. We don't have anyone here for public comment tonight, so we will get to Ainsley's last report for the School Advisory Council.
All right, again, a very quick report for the high school. We have AP exams. I've started yesterday, and are going to continue on for the next week and into next week. We've had junior prom last week on Thursday. From what I've heard from all my friends who are juniors, they had a really great time. And now we have senior prom on Thursday this week. It's very exciting. Seniors have activities, and all the timeline has been officially told to us. So, yeah, everything. Our last 2 weeks of high school all planned out, weird and crazy. And then this Friday and Saturday, our music department is putting on our annual Pops concert. It is every single music group from 3rd grade up until 12th grade, and it is hence why it's over 2 days. And it's really fun, and it's Friday, Saturday at 6. And that's all I have.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you've done this past year.
Thank you for letting me come to these meetings and laughing to all of you.
Nice resume builder.
Yes. We'll see you at graduation.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ainsley.
Hey, Gina, do you happen to have your superintendent evaluation stuff from this past year that we just did?
The consolidated report, not with me.
I don't have it either.
I can go grab it if you want to come back to that.
Yes.
As soon as I
Yeah.
give my report, I'll go grab that.
Okay.
Okay.
Superintendent's Corner.
Great, thank you. So I'm going to go a little out of order in priority. And this week, just reminding everyone, it is Teacher Appreciation Week. So we wish all our educators, including Leslie, a happy Teacher Appreciation Week. There's lots of celebrating going on at the schools, teachers being honored by family members and by administrators. Mrs. McPartland and I will be up at the crack of dawn on Friday to be at the buildings to have muffin and iced coffee with staff. But there's a couple other things that have gone on, and I think it really fits nicely with the theme of Teacher Appreciation Week. First, last week, was it last week? Yes. I wasn't tracking my weeks. Sandy Tellis, one of our kindergarten teachers, who is retiring at the end of this year, was honored at the State House for the Educator Alumni Award Ceremony. And I was not aware of this ceremony, but I guess it's been going on for a number of years, where our state universities all nominate one educator who is an alumni of their university and has gone into the field of teaching. So Sandy is an alum of Bridgewater State University, so they had nominated Sandy, and so I was honored to be one of her guests there, where her and eight other educators from the universities. BSU was there represented, Fitchburg, Framingham, Mass College of Art, Mass College of Liberal Arts, Mass Maritime, Westfield State, Salem State, and Worcester State. And all of them had one educator that they were honoring as well. So we're super proud of Ms. Tellis and the work that she's done with BSU, even while being an educator, in addition to being a coordinating teacher for student teachers. She has taught at their new teacher mentor induction workshops. She's also a member of our professional development team that we meet with BSU on a monthly basis. So kudos to Sandy. And then the one other thing I wanted to mention, and strategically always placed during this week, is our future educator signing. So we had that today. We had 8 students, 7 were in attendance. I think we were missing one, maybe. So we had Niall Mora, Jennifer Nadwarney, Jocelyn Parent, Hannah Randall, Harrison Blett, Sarah Clark, Emma Montgomery, and not in attendance, but equally honored Cardinal McKinnon. So all of them were here in attendance with their family. We did have representatives from BSU. I think 4 of the students are going to BSU. But my favorite part of the ceremony is every student requests the presence of a teacher who has made a difference in their life. So we had from 2nd grade all the way up to high school teachers in our district that have inspired the student to go into the field of teaching. I did notice a lot of the parents are also in the field of teaching, which I pointed out to the parents, maybe it was you that also influenced them, but so we congratulate those students. We look forward to them finishing their degree programs and hopefully returning to the district. So that's what I have on teacher appreciation. My goals for this year, in your packet, I met with the evaluation subcommittee. And I have drafted my goals for the next 2 years. I'll go into a 2-year cycle now. So you'll see in your packet that I have 3 goals. Professional practice goal, which is starting a superintendent's advisory council, which will be made up of student representatives from grades 7 through 12, 2 students from each grade level, and I'll meet with them on a monthly basis. And this really came out of my entry plan that I had done this year and the stakeholder meetings that I had conducted with students and just all the insight that I had gathered from them, that I felt it's important for me to continue to have those conversations with students with the goal that we would be looking to make some recommendations based on student input and feedback as we move into the future. So that is my first goal. My second goal is a student learning goal, and it's around student belonging. As we've come to you a number of times over the years with the results of our student success survey, 2 of the most important things is student belonging and student engagement, because I truly feel they go hand in hand with students' academic success. So my second goal is around that, having more regular check-ins with students and how they're doing, with feeling their engagement levels and their relationship building, because I just feel it's so important to contribute to their overall success. And then thirdly, the district improvement. As you all know, we are developing our strategic plan, which will be a multi-year plan. In order for us to keep it as a living, breathing document, I need to be regularly reporting and adhering to those timeframes and making sure that we're holding ourselves accountable. So I've established a goal around that accountability and making sure that I'm reporting out to the community, to families, to the school committee, as to the progress that we're making with that plan over the course of the years. So those are my 3 goals. In addition to the 3 goals, there's a rubric by the state that has indicators and elements, and I left it in this format so that you could see what ones I had chosen for this year, and so that I chose different areas to focus on as we move forward into the next 2 years. So I've identified under each of the 4 standards at least 1 indicator and the elements that fall under those. So that's what you'll see in Super Eval, as long as the committee accepts the goals that I've set. And I believe the subcommittee voted on that already.
We did.
Yes.
Great. So I'm happy to answer any questions on my goals.
pretty straightforward.
Great. And lastly, I just want to give a plug for the community forum that the Central School Building Committee will be holding tomorrow night. The flyer is in your packet. The forum will be at 6:30 at Central School in the cafeteria, and it's really to give the community some additional updates since the vote was passed and where we're at with the project. As anyone can see that drives by, that we are in the preloading phase, and that will go on until the end of June. But we are actively working on design development. So we'll be sharing and the renditions we've come up with, as well as we've started conversations about transportation. Because obviously we have two campuses operating simultaneously. We want to make sure that the coming and going of traffic to and from the buildings is as efficient as possible. So we've been meeting with police and fire, as well as Lucini has been part of that. Town administration as well as school administration. So those updates will be given to the community and just letting them know where the project stands at this time. All the information as well as the slide deck that will be shared tomorrow night will be available on the building committee's website, so if anyone cannot attend, as well as EBCAM will be filming the forum as well. So anyone that's not available to attend will be able to see it on EBCAM or by visiting the website.
Great.
And that's all I have.
Any questions for Dr. Williams? Okay. Okay, next we'll move into reports and discussions. So the first thing we have is we have the building principals here. The handbooks were submitted to the school committee on April 14th. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Well, I just wanted to mention that I had emailed Dr. Williams and Mrs. McParland about the Title IX policies, and there were some policies that were rescinded and Title IX policies that reverted back to the 2021-2022 years. And so Mrs. McParland was kind enough to make sure that those were updated. They've been updated on our servers. And and you remove them from the handbook, whatever ones needed to be removed.
Correct.
And then there are currently some J policies and a handful of K policies that are they're updated. I'm just waiting to hear back from the person at the MASC to let us know that they're updated on our server. So they're not updated yet, but they'll tell me when it's completed. But some of the J policies that were updated are also mentioned in the handbooks. I can give you a list if you want also.
Wasn't there an email that just came out from MASC
Yes.
as well?
There's a new policy newsletter that came out this week with policies that need to be updated as well.
Mostly a minor language,
Yeah.
if I remember right.
Yeah.
Did they
there's
give dates
simple
on
ones.
that? I feel like they gave a specific deadline for that, for those updates.
For which ones?
Didn't we get a
The newsletter that
Yeah.
just came out?
Mhm.
I did not read it in its entirety as of yet, because I've been working on other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that'll go in the list.
We'll meet the deadline.
August.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to do policies over the summer?
I can tell you who won't be doing policy over the summer.
Well, one thing I was going to mention, since we're on the topic of it, of policies, I was going to suggest that when and Peter can attest to this also because he usually comes to the policy subcommittee meetings, but when they're simple language requests, it is my opinion, I can't speak for Peter, but you can chime in, it's my opinion that if there's simple language requests, simple language changes, like one word for another word, or Mass General Law, adding a citation for the Mass General Law or whatever, instead of us meeting as a subcommittee, because we have to bring it forward to the full committee, and more often than not, we're saying yes to whatever the change is, I believe that we should just bring those to it's gonna eliminate a step, it has to come to us anyway. I believe that we should just bring it to the full committee and just vote yes or no on them. What do you think? Because he's been doing it with me for how many months now?
A year.
Yeah.
I
Seems like longer.
No, I would agree. I think that it's a very cumbersome process. So anything to expedite it, I think I agree with Ellen, especially on simple word
It would
changes.
eliminate some time from, well, assuming I get reelected, it would eliminate some extra steps.
Right, right. Okay. Yeah, definitely. But are there any questions for the principals on the handbooks? Are we good? Okay. Do you want to do the SEL update first?
Sure.
Since they're,
That way-
that way they can go home. Did you want them each to come up?
Oh, well, before, can you go back to this list? This is the list that I got from, I think Gina gave it to me. This list of the policies that must be in the handbook.
That was part of the tiered focus monitoring. Yep.
So are they're going to be in the handbook as, in their entirety of the policies?
Yes, the ones
Yes,
that were listed.
the ones that are listed, and they are.
Okay, oh,
Yep.
good, okay,
Yep, they were updated before they were submitted.
okay, good.
Yep,
Thank you.
sure.
Do each of you want to take turns coming up and just give a little, I hope Mrs. Byrne let you know, Mrs. Nichols, right? Mrs. Byrne tipped you off this morning, right?
I'm sorry?
Did Mrs. Byrne let you know that this?
Yes, she
Oh,
did.
perfect.
She gave me the heads up. I was like, oh, thanks. But thank you for having me this evening. When I think about SEL at the central school, I feel like it's what we breathe, inhale and exhale every day, all day, whether you are an administrator, a teacher, a guidance counselor, a school psychologist, or someone that works in the cafeteria, custodial. It's inbred in our culture. So at the beginning of the year, we spend a lot of time front-loading. Our guidance counselors and adjustment counselors go into the classrooms, do lessons, kind of to kick the year off. As we move along into further parts of the year, we find out, okay, well, this class might need some more support with this particular situation, or this classroom might need help with this particular situation. So as the year goes on, those lessons still happen, but they kind of morph into what each individual classroom needs, as well as the small lessons, small group lessons that happen, they morph into what those students need. Our adjustment counselors start the year off with a group of students, and then they reevaluate, and then in January, they might pick up some new students, let some go, get some different models in groups. We have one-on-one situations that happen with our adjustment counselors as well. I can't say enough about our behavior support personnel. Mr. Pickless, Mrs. Crawford are amazing. They're taking kids and working with them proactively on what they need to be most successful in the classroom, whether it's, okay, when you're feeling really upset, what can you do? Let's practice those breathing. Let's practice jumping jacks. Let's practice those deep moments and deep pressure things that you might need. So they're wonderful with that, but they're also great about just responding in the moment, because so many of the things that our students are learning about happen in the moment, and they need to be worked on as soon as we all have it happen. If you're having a conflict with a peer, we need to get you together so you can work that out with a facilitated by one of the grown-ups in the school that cares about you. And of course, our teachers are just all day long for sure. This time of year is especially tricky. Sometimes you think the beginning of the year would be the trickiest, but now we have groups of kiddos that are like siblings, and not always just like classmates, and just like siblings, they really can get on each other's nerves at this point. So we're really relying on all the tools and strategies that they've built on over the course of the year and really putting them into action, facilitated by the adults that care about them. But it's also a time of year where we're starting to think about, oh, my first grade teacher that I love with all my heart isn't going to be my teacher next year. Like, what is that going to look like for me? What's that going to sound like to me? We work very closely with the Mitchell School to ensure a smooth transition for our second into third graders, because they're excited, but along with excitement can come some worries too. So we work very closely with them on that. But I feel like when we greet the students off the bus, it's usually Mrs. Byrne, myself, the reading specialist, the math teacher. It's just as important on day one as it is on day 75, 110, or 180. So all the things that we do just need to happen all year long, every day, and we do it with joy and take pride in it. It's a wonderful blessing to work with these kids and to make sure that their mind is ready and open to learn. We know that they need to feel safe and comfortable. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you.
Right,
Sounds
thanks,
great.
Mrs. Nichols.
Good evening. Thanks for the opportunity to touch base on, in particular, kind of our efforts behind social emotional learning and the well-being of our kiddos. And I think I've mentioned it to this committee before. You know, it's about, I'd say probably about 3 years back, we got together with our student support team, and we were thinking really in earnest about how do we go ahead and collaborate a really synthesized approach to really fostering a social, emotional environment that is inherently positive and everywhere all at once, just replete into everything we do. And we had established a few, essentials, that it's all about positive relationships. And then we were kind of thinking about, well, what would work as something a concept that could encapsulate all of this, or, in other words, maybe work as a foundation of all of this, or both simultaneously. And we settled on this idea of building a culture of dignity. And, of course, dignity being, recognizing the inherent worth and value of every single human being. And starting from that one truth. And out of that, building out what do we mean by respect, what do we mean by responsibility, and building out of that concept of students just first and foremost and at all times recognizing there's worth and value to every single human being no matter what, just by virtue of being alive and human. And it's been just absolutely and wonderfully successful. And we began by asked my counselors to kind of put together lessons to bring these concepts into the classrooms. And they would visit the classrooms every week, and they built a lot of these lessons from scratch, from these concepts. And they found themselves that we're kind of wrestling with some really important topics, like students who wrestle with stress and vulnerability and shame and anger and anxiety, and it was like, wait a second, we have something fundamental and straightforward in this, building a culture of dignity, but boy, those are biggies. How do we go ahead and communicate this? And have students be able to kind of live in a culture of dignity and understand it. And over the course of time, those lessons really did funnel down into what we have is always speaking about the importance of building positive relationships, always speaking about the importance of the worth and value of every human being, but we put it in the sense of built around these self-regulatory, these zones of regulation, where when we're teaching kids how to regulate themselves in interaction with other human beings, we're really kind of facilitating how you live with that central premise of recognizing the worth and value of themselves and those that they're coming in contact with. But we're talking about zones of regulations. It's something that's understandable, tangible, and can be taught very clearly and objectively. And it was also a nice handoff to the teachers, because the teachers could continue those lessons into the classrooms. So we found that kind of streamlined approach, and then we try to, any other things that we do around social emotional learning, we wanted to make sure they had that sort of inherent, that DNA of worth and value of every human being, positive relationships, make sure that that's ever present. And, for instance, this year we put together this initiative. Every month we're recognizing a positive character trait. But we don't talk about the trait if we're not talking about, how is this representative of worth and value of everyone? How is this representative of building positive relationships? And every month we talk about this particular trait. We recognize it over the announcements. We ask the teachers to nominate students who have exemplified those particular traits. We put certificates up on the walls for the students that were nominated for those traits, and they could see this going. So when they look and they see resiliency or collaboration or honesty as positive traits, we're always bringing it back to how is that relating to your own worth and the worth of other people in building positive relationships. Even in our peer mentors, right? They're going through and they're functioning off of those same things, and they're talking about those traits. And in talking about those traits, they're talking about those initiating concepts that everything that we're doing is built upon. We have even the fun run this year is the concept. Ironically, interesting, coincidentally, I don't know. It's built on positive character traits. It was just so wonderful to have that happen. And then we were talking about are we living and breathing this? Were we walking the talk? And I was looking back, and I was like, even down in our handbook, in the code of conduct, I went and reread some of this, and I'm finding, we really do, philosophically and in practice, live and breathe what we're teaching. In one section of here, it says, Mitchell School believes that students learn best and have the most meaningful access to their education When caregivers, educators, staff, administrators, students work together in a shared responsibility of creating and sustaining a safe, welcoming, inclusive, and consistent learning environment in which all members of the school committee are valued, we at Mitchell recognize the diversity, dignity, and worth of all individuals and groups in our community. When it's real, it comes out in everything we're doing. And you can go through here, even when you're talking about student behavior, this is code of conduct. We're talking about student behavior. In it, we're promoting recognizing the worth and value of every single human being and building it off of there. So really proud of our achievements as far as that's concerned.
So my daughter was nominated.
Yes.
Resiliency, I believe, is what she was nominated for, and she actually hadn't seen herself as being resilient, but leading up to that, and now she identifies as that, and she was just so proud of herself and making me so proud. So I can see it flowing through to the students. So I just think it's just a great environment. So
That's awesome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Paquette.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's everybody? So it was interesting to listen to my colleagues speak. It really looks different in every building, but there's a lot of similarities. I kind of looked at it at the lens from what supports are there for kids, and are they adult supports, are they student supports? Do people know where to go with those supports? So there was so much to talk about. One of the things we do every week is a SST, a student support team. And it's a combination of our head of student affairs, nurses, guidance counselors, the school resource officer, and other support staff. And they talk about kids every single week. And these meetings run an hour and a half long. And the first line of defense for this for us are the teachers. So a teacher may identify, a student that looks a little off, we're not really sure what's going on, and we start digging into this. And it may lead to a child study, it may lead to an IEP, it may lead to, some extra supports in the classroom, it might be a phone call home. So that's kind of like really our first line of defense. We have this program called the Bridge Program, which is through High Point. We have 2 clinicians, one who's a master's degree level, one who's a bachelor's degree level. Keith Pfeiffer, who's been with us for 2 years now, he was an intern through North River, is kind of running this program. We have a 3-year window with it, and the great thing with this program is it finds those kids that kind of are in between places. Maybe they don't really qualify for counseling weekly, maybe they don't qualify for an IEP, but it's students that need that extra level of support. Once again, just another layer that's getting those kids in the middle and not really our high needs on either end of the spectrum. It really focuses on grades 7 and 9, or 7 through 9. But we have had a few older kids kind of pop in for support in there. Another one, which I'm really proud of, is Kids Helping Kids. So we have an Active Minds chapter here in the school. And Active Minds is basically, it's to help with mental health and talk about mental health and support kids with anything that might be going on in their lives. And there's a program called Kyle Cares, which is out of, I believe, Attleboro. And Evan Dean, who's one of our co-advisors for Active Minds, actually knows the family who started this foundation, and they kind of give us the kickstart to get going. And I had reached out to Ms. Carlisle and asked for a list of some of the things we've done this year, and there are 26 different events we've already hosted this year throughout the course of the year, and we're 30 plus weeks into the year. So, and there's something as simple as affirmation mornings. We might have a morning where we have music playing, and the 80 or so Active Mind kids in our group will have handwritten cards for kids as they come in, and it's like, have a great day, you're worth it, things like that. We've had students go to mental health workshops at Gillette. Dr. Jonathan Jenkins came in to speak to our student athletes, who was a former NFL player and collegiate player. We actually participated in this, it's Wonders Media. I'll have to send you the link. It's a Hollywood company that does animations. And we were given a task in a skit, and we had to assign 3 or 4 students to have a role in this skit. And with the help of EBCAM, we actually, according to Ms. Carlisle, ours was the best because of all the editing that had happened. But it was really great to see that it's kids helping other kids, which is great. So not only adults being involved.
So is it a club? How is that?
It's a club,
When
yeah.
are meetings held?
Meetings are after school.
Yeah.
They usually meet once every other week. They have a president, vice president, it started off with about maybe 15 or 20 kids, and now we're at times, sometimes there are 100 kids that show up to some of these meetings. And it's 9 through 12, so you're talking 1 in 5 kids in the building may be involved. It's been great, and I really give Karen and Evan Dean the credit. They've really done a great job with it, and Evan especially. Once again, Evan knew this family, so he kind of knew kind of the issues that they had with their son Kyle, who passed away, and really kind of jumped on board with this. So another thing, an old school one that's kind of come back is SAD. SAD kind of went away. At one point we had 3 or 4 members, and now we're up to 30 or 40. They just did a great presentation in the halls on the 3rd floor and the main entrance for proms about making good decisions. We've had some substance prevention speakers in. Most recently, Kathy Sullivan was in a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago. She was our pre-prom speaker. She came in and spoke to the kids during the course of the day. We had sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Went on for about an hour. We had to extend the time because she likes to hug everyone. So I want to say probably 75% of the kids went up and gave her a hug and talked to her, and tears everywhere and that kind of thing. But she spoke about her daughter, Taylor, who had passed away about 15 years ago or so. Was out, unfortunately, doing things she shouldn't have been doing, got away from her friends in the woods, and unfortunately passed away.
I went to listen to the parents' presentation by her. It was excellent.
It was excellent, yeah. I feel like she gets better and better with each one that she does, you know. Yeah, she was great. And we had a really good attendance from parents. We had close to 200 parents.
Yes, there were a lot of parents there. I was surprised. That was good.
Hopefully we can continue, and this is all from funding from outside sources like High Point, EB Hope, so. Yeah, so I mean, we're doing some great things. I had to think about what we do, but we really do it every day, and we don't do a great job of advertising it and putting ourselves out there and marketing what we do. It's part of the culture. And you really don't think much about it, it just kind of organically happens.
Thank you.
Great, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
In our new strategic plan, we'll continue with our social emotional learning, so that will be reflected in the plan as well. And then one last thing, when Mrs. McPartland and I met with the principals today, we actually looked at the impact report of Care Solace. This is now year 3 of us utilizing Care Solace, which is a third-party organization that helps get supports for students and families outside of the school day. Looking at the report, our numbers are lower this year than in the previous years, so the reports have been given to the principals to kind of dig into a little bit with their counselors, just to get a better understanding of why. You know, are we not using it as much? Has it kind of leveled off because we've been using it for 3 years? We kind of got, you know, that front load of families involved, and now they have consistent supports in place, but just for us to get a little bit more information. We do have a 6-year agreement with Care Solace through a grant, and this is year 3, so we're about halfway through it.
Good.
That's great.
Then is it possible if it continues to be used in, you know, by the end of the 6th year, that we could end up extending?
Right, we would certainly look to renew it if we feel it's still beneficial. Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Since we last met, the superintendent's evaluation subcommittee met, and then Mrs. Pennington met with Dr. Williams to give her the consolidated review, and
Yes.
we're here to talk about it in public forum tonight.
Yes. So overall, she was able to see all of the individual evaluations, and when we went over she read the compiled evaluation, and we went over it, and she got, I would say she got a pretty good evaluation.
We're gonna keep it for another year.
Thumbs up?
On element 1, C1 was proficient, and, I mean, I'm not gonna read every single thing, but people made their comments, which that was very nice. Good job, everybody. Elements, on element 1, that's the standard. C2 was proficient, that was adjustments to practice. 1D1, educator goals, that was proficient. 1D2, student learning measures, was proficient. 1D3, observations and feedback, was exemplary. 1D4, performance ratings, was proficient. Element 2, C1, time for teaching and learning, was proficient. And element 2C2, time for collaboration, exemplary. Element 3A1, family engagement was proficient. Element 3A2, community and stakeholder engagement is exemplary. 3B1, student support was proficient. Element 3B2, family support proficient. Element 3C1, culturally proficient communication was proficient. Element 4D1, continuous learning staff exemplary. Element 4D2, continuous learning of administrator exemplary. And then on goal 1, new superintendent induction program exemplary. And goal 2, fostering data-driven goal setting for enhanced student achievement was proficient. And goal 3, stakeholder-informed district entry plan to drive strategic improvement was proficient. So on standard 1 was proficient overall, standard 2 proficient overall, standard 3 family and community engagement proficient overall, standard 4 exemplary overall, that was professional culture. And annual performance goals were proficient overall with a proficient overall rating for the entire thing. I would say you did really well for your first year as superintendent.
Thank you.
Agreed. The amount of work that you got done is outstanding.
Yes.
More to
I
do.
look forward to the future.
Thank you, as do I. I appreciate everybody taking the time as I went through and read it, sometimes it can get a little cumbersome looking at all the evidence and being reflective of it, so I do appreciate the time that the committee put into it.
And I have to
thoughts
say,
and feedback.
you made it easy. This, I would say, in my entire time on the school committee, this was the easiest superintendent evaluation that I've been through. So, thank you for that.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
I'd just like to add, I'm just so impressed with not just the goals that you set, but the means by which you put those goals together and really considering everybody in the community. You did a real deep dive of all members, kids, most importantly, parents, staff, admin, I mean, just everybody. And I just thought it was really valuable for you to sit down and really hear a true picture, get a clear picture of how everyone in the community feels about their schools. And I was really impressed, and I
Great.
really appreciated that.
Thank you.
Anybody else? So, actually, so we're still at stat.
Who else wants to say something?
I just, maybe after this meeting, I just have to go into the super eval software and make it go from step 4 to step 5, and then we just have to sign it. I believe that you have to sign it and Dan has to sign it, and then we're done.
Okay, sounds good.
It's very easy to use, too.
Yeah.
I was
Organized.
very impressed with how
Yeah.
easy it was to use. Okay, next up, we have Mrs. McPartlin with an update on the behavior support staff position.
Yes, so actually, as Mrs. Nichols mentioned, she did say in her SEL overview that we have behavior support staff in each of the buildings. So they have been in our district for a number of years now, and their job has evolved. So we thought it was a perfect opportunity for us to restructure the job description. The first change we made was that in the past they were called behavior specialists, but due to the nature of everything they do, we wanted to have a more inclusive title of behavior support staff. So first of all, the thought process behind that was their shift in their focus. If you look under their work activities and expectations, everything now is looking at being proactive, looking at supports for students and teachers. They run student groups, they visit high-need classrooms. We like them to be visible throughout the day. They do things actually in the moment, like was mentioned earlier, where they try to prevent any of the unexpected or inappropriate behaviors that might happen with students or solve conflicts in the process. We look for them to be monitoring students in all aspects of the day. That's cafeteria, recess, the passing time, school functions, field trips, all of those places. And the communication is a huge piece. They're working not only with families, but they're working with all of the staff in the building and the students. So what we have done is come up with this was drafted along with the building administrators based on every behavior support staff person has kind of a different role in the different buildings, because what they need at elementary is very different than what they need at the junior, senior high school. But this kind of encompasses like a broad, broad sweep of what they do. So this has been shared with all of them. They are working right now with the behavior support staff to go over these expectations to make sure that everyone's kind of not just in agreement, but everybody is going through and saying, yes, this is what we do, and yes, we can handle those jobs for next year. And then with approval tonight on this, this is what they would be looking at for their new contracts for the following year.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
So, was there an original behavior support staff? This is the behavioral specialist
Specialist,
position?
yep.
Was there an initial or an original job description?
There was,
Oh.
yes.
So I believe it was just an agreement that they had signed. I
And it
don't
was
know
on
if it
the
was.
agreement. It
Yeah.
wasn't written up like
It wasn't
this.
as detailed
Okay,
as
so
this.
this is more in-depth.
Yep, we just wanted to lay out all the expectations because their jobs have evolved and, they are, from what you heard, they are an integral part of the day-to-day, and we wanted to make sure that was spelled out here.
Thank you.
And the current behavior support staff, you said they collaborated with you or at least reviewed these items?
Yep, they reviewed them, yep. So this was drafted in collaboration with the building administrators, the assistant principals and the principals, and then it has been shared with them since then, yep. And they actually came back with some questions too, which is great. The only changes that we're gonna make, they might not be reflected on your particular copy, but were just questions about their workday, that like 7 hours at the bottom. That's inclusive of their lunchtime and the 15 minutes before and after. It's not additional. So we're just gonna kind of put that in parentheses for them. Yep, and the 3 professional days, those are the 3 days before school. We want them, just like we're getting to know our students those first 3 days, we want them to be there as well.
So they roll up to the individual building principals? Is that how I'm reading this?
The reporting structure.
Yeah, that's.
They report to the building-based
Yep.
administrators? And then is there a function that then connects with central office? Or,
Yeah, so these positions are at-will employees, so they wouldn't be part of any bargaining group. So obviously, if there's any discrepancies that they have at the building level, then that would filter up to Mrs. McFarland.
okay.
Just another question. So would these behavioral specialists, or do they now get PD or no PD?
They do.
Oh, good.
Yep. So it's the same PD, and that was the 3 professional days that are before school were the ones that seem to be the most impactful for them.
Okay.
And being part of those opening activities that we have.
Oh, good. Thank
And
you.
then with the bolstering of the job description, does that, since they're not part of a bargaining unit, does this change like the grading of the job or how they're compensated? No? Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. So we'll have that as an action item when we get to our action items. Thank you. Next up, fiscal year '27 school department budget update.
So I don't have an update other than show up Monday night to vote.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Unless there was something else you wanted?
We saw each other last week.
Yeah.
No? Okay. So our next meeting will be on May 19th, which will be the annual school committee reorganization meeting, and the annual appointment of the school committee recording clerk. Any financial update? I mean, we just met last week.
Well, we met last week. I started preparing the financial update, but it didn't really change that much.
Yeah, that's what
And I didn't want to give Mr. Fury another chance to throw me a curveball question. But I do have a couple things. One, I think I talked about the new payroll system. I don't know if I told you that it was formalized.
I don't think so.
So the town went out to bid for a new payroll system. We're moving to a company called Hoppers. It'll be July 1st. So we, Erica and Christy in my office and the town, and we're working together to get that up and running.
What's it called again?
Hoppers,
Oh, Hoppers.
Harpers. I guess they're pretty well known in municipal payrolls. So the good thing about that, our payroll is paper timesheets, paper forms. So this is going to be a cloud-based system, which we're trying to eliminate paper, and we believe that this will make the payroll process a lot easier.
Back on time? Maybe cut back on time?
definitely cut back on the time it takes to produce.
Does it also help track things like time off or sick use?
We're still working on that, because we have a different system that does that. So we're trying to learn. Erica is actually reaching out to other schools to see how they do it. So I don't have an answer for that right now. We'd love it to be all in one system.
Well, it feels like there needs to be a more transparent approach towards sick time.
What do you mean by transparent?
Just where everybody's at with their sick time.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm hoping that it helps everybody
Right. So
understand.
we do have a platform, as Mr. Shea said, we have a platform for that. It's just not part of our payroll platform, which
Okay.
I believe Harper's has that ability,
It does.
but we don't have that component right yet.
We not set up yet. We're still trying to figure out if that's the best way to go.
The absent management, though, that would, you also use like something like Frontline or something?
It is
Yes.
Frontline.
So that also, it helps to assign substitutes, so I don't know
Yes.
if that's something like like a payroll would also be.
I don't believe Harper's
That's
does
probably
the,
why they're separate.
right, aside
Is
substitutes.
Harper's just a payroll solution, or is it more of an HRIS solution?
I think they have 4 different modules, but it's, I think the name of the module that the town purchased is called Employee Forward, so it does have an HR component.
That's good.
Yes. The second thing, I handed out a business review. So procurement rules and making sure we get the best deal is very difficult, especially when timing is important. So we've been a member of this procurement group since 2018. But to be honest with you, we didn't really start using it till 2023 because it was so, it wasn't easy, it wasn't user-friendly. But this will give you an idea, since we started using it, the savings that we've incurred over retail prices. So this is it's approved by the state procurement laws. It makes it much easier for school staff and my staff to get quotes and things like that, so. This is a report that I just got. This is the first time I've ever received this report, so I just wanted to give you an idea that we are trying to do our best to save as much money for the town as possible.
That's great.
Do you want to mention the things that we have Monday night at the town meeting?
Will they send this report annually going forward?
I believe so.
Yeah, okay.
So Dr. Williams mentioned that there are 2 things Monday night at town meeting. One is we're looking for a vote to utilize opioid grant money for vape detectors, so that will be coming up to vote. And the other one is a capital project that we teamed up with the town on for new firewall system. And so that will be up to vote under the capital projects.
And what night is that again?
Monday night,
May 11th?
May 11th.
Be there?
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Okay. With that, nothing else, we'll move into action items, which we have a fair amount.
Can I make 2? One is for the superintendent goals for this year, and one is for this most compiled one, but can I do those?
Yeah.
And then we need to add one for the handbooks.
Okay.
Okay.
I would take a motion to accept the goals and indicators as written, along with the 2-year cycle, with next year being the mid-cycle, sorry, I wrote my chicken scratch, with the mid-cycle, April of 27 being the mid-cycle, and 2028, the summative end of cycle, end of the 2-year cycle.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any further, anything, any?
Discussion?
No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then I would take a motion to accept the compiled superintendent evaluation for the superintendent's first year ending in April of '26.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. You're up.
Okay.
What are we doing for the handbook?
I was just writing it down.
Oh.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to accept the handbooks for the Central School, Mitchell School, and junior, senior high school.
So moved. Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I'll entertain a motion to approve payroll warrant 43 PS dated April 22nd, 2026.
So moved.
Second, sorry.
Thanks. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
And then entertain a motion to approve accounts payable warrant SW #44 dated April 29th, 2026.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we have a bunch of meeting minutes to go through, so I would entertain a motion to approve the March 31st, 2026 school committee meeting minutes with the adjustment that in the header of the document, it just states minutes from the meeting and public budget hearing, from the public budget hearing as struck from the minutes.
We did.
Did we? Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so we'll get the updated one. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the school committee meeting minutes from April 14th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then I found one more correction on the 28th that I didn't get to communicate, but entertain a motion to accept the school committee meeting minutes from April 28th with the correction that at the last vote that we took was the motion to approve that, it says the technology as proposed in the amount of $11,935. I think we should add audit, so we know that it's an audit and not a piece of technology.
Agree.
Yes. So moved. Oh, we already said that.
Nope, we didn't.
Oh, okay, so moved.
Okay, any discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Aye.
Excuse me for one. I voted on the April 14th one. I wasn't here, so can you just mark me as not present? Thank you.
Okay. Entertain, I guess this would just be the superintendent's
Want me to go through
evaluation
these?
subcommittee.
You want me to read them?
Sure, because it's just your subcommittee that's going to vote.
Yeah.
Right.
I would take a motion, actually, well, you probably have to read it because I.
Yeah, oh, that's true. I'll entertain a motion to approve the superintendent evaluation subcommittee meeting minutes from April 22nd, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Nope.
Subcommittee vote? I'll-
Aye.
We voted unanimously.
Okay.
And this is all, this is getting them all done now is housekeeping.
Yes.
And some were not done for one reason or another from last year. But
Right.
We need to get them done.
We do.
So I got them done.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve the superintendent evaluation subcommittee meeting minutes from April 29th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Subcommittee vote?
Yeah, aye.
Aye.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to approve the February 11th, 2026 Standing Committee to Update Policy Subcommittee meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Subcommittee vote?
Aye.
Aye.
Entertain a motion to approve the March 11th, 2026 Standing Committee to Update Policy Subcommittee meeting minutes
For March 11th.
for March 11th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Subcommittee vote?
Aye.
Okay. Entertain a motion to approve the March 18th, 2026 Standing Committee to update policy subcommittee meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, subcommittee vote.
Aye.
Thank you. Entertain a motion to approve the January 16th, 2025 Standing Committee to update policy subcommittee meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, subcommittee vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve the March 10th, 2025 Standing Committee to update policy subcommittee meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, subcommittee vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Entertain a motion to approve the April 2nd, 2025 Standing Committee to update policy subcommittee meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
Nope.
subcommittee vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Entertain a motion to approve the June 16th, 2025 Standing Committee to update policy subcommittee meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, subcommittee vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to approve the request from Mrs. Jennifer Furia, East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School Administrative Assistant, and for her and her husband, Mr. Peter Furia, school committee member, to present their graduating daughter, Ms. Lauren Furia, with her diploma upon graduation at the class of 2026 graduation ceremony.
Make a
So
motion.
moved.
Second?
Second. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Welcome. We'll see you there. Entertain a motion to approve the updated behavior support staff position job description.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion further?
One quick question. So is the title of the position going to be called now behavior support staff as
Yes, it
opposed? Okay, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. A couple things. First off, as we talked about earlier, general reminder, town meeting is on May 11th. I think special town meeting starts at 7 or 6:30.
I thought it was 7.
think
The
it's
general
7.
meeting, the annual town meeting is at 7.
So
Oh,
this-
no.
No,
Special
special's at
7.
7, and
Yep.
then, yep, okay. And then also, we have our annual town election on May 16th. There are 4 open school committee seats, so please get out and vote. And last but not least, we'd like to thank Mr. Peter Furia for his time on the committee. Thank you for your serving 3 years and all your contributions. We appreciate it.
Thank you so
Best
much.
of luck in retirement.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Okay, and with that,
One quick thing.
Sure.
Did anybody mention this earlier about the?
Gina did.
Oh, good, okay. I will be there.
Perfect.
Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? Aye. We are adjourned.
Nice job.